What is going on? What is going on, everyone? Thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of Beyond the Hustle. I am your MC, Daniel Tatamy, and join with me, as always, is serial entrepreneur himself, Mr. Paul Renee Jr. What is going on?
Daniel,
40.
Maestro, what's up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Yes, sir. It is I, the tax guy. What's up, Maestro? It is the big 4-0.
Yes,
How you doing, bro?
Yes, I'm good.
Happy turkey. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all those out there in the podcast world. Looking forward to a blessed holiday. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. This family to get together and for us to eat some good food, man.
Yeah.
How's things going for you, Maestro? What's up?
It's going, man. This is actually like this holiday is like good and it's a little bit of both. I have mixed emotions about Thanksgiving now. It still is my favorite holiday.
Wow,
It's
what's
been my
up?
favorite holiday for years. My grandmother passed last year, so this will be our second Thanksgiving without her. And like Thanksgiving to her was like everything, family, all of that. Like Thanksgiving,
She was the center of it, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's as huge to me and my family because of her. My dad's mom. And she passed. So we had one Thanksgiving without her. It was tough, man. It was real tough. So
Tell me one thing that you took from her that you're passing down into your tradition for Thanksgiving. Yeah, who's doing it?
Cheesecake.
Who's doing it? You're making it, or you?
I can't make it. I wish I could make cheesecake. I don't know how to make it. I buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Cheesecake Factory does a really good one. My dad.
Oh yeah, they do. They got tons of cheesecakes.
My dad can't make it, and so can my uncle, his brother. But my uncle's in Georgia, so my dad, he can make it, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It's not grandma's though, man. I don't know what she be doing with that food.
She did it from scratch, right?
Yeah, she'll make it from scratch, and it was so good. She was big on family, big on faith. Me and her would talk. Man, when I was overseas in Afghanistan, I would call her and we would just be on the phone for hours, and I would be burning through my Roshan minutes, bro, just killing it. But I mean, we would talk about everything, man. Faith's real big, which you know, Southern black grandma, big on faith, big on cooking. So, man, it's so the siblings, my siblings, the kids, we're trying to do it now. Like we're taking Thanksgiving now, so we're gonna try to establish something new, for our kids, for the next generation. But she whenever we talked about grandma, it was always her, bro. Like she was that. So I don't want to get too much on it because it's gonna
it's good for
yeah.
Yeah, it's good for it to be represented through the cheesecake, though, man. That's what's up, man.
Listen,
I like mine with strawberry slices and glaze too.
Yeah,
that's my lick right there. Oh man, there's hundreds of. You go to the Cheesecake Factory, they have a whole selection of cheesecake. But you got me with just some strawberry slices and strawberry glaze on top of a cheesecake. And I am good. I'm fat boy for the day. Yeah. Yeah, definitely fat boy for the day.
And I prep for Thanksgiving. I'm trying to share this because since now that we're on YouTube, I'm trying to just make sure I share it on Facebook. So I'm trying to find it, but to make sure I'm gonna tag you in it too. So I'll tell you this too, bro. I don't want anything on my cheesecake.
Like for real, you like it just original and plain?
Just plain. I will do toppings now. Cheesecake and then lemon meringue pie. Do you do pumpkin pie?
Yeah, I got pumpkin pie right now. Really? Throw some whipped cream on top of it. I'm good. Yeah.
I can't do.
Sometimes I like it a little bit warm too. I'll warm it up. Get it nice and warm and throw some whipped cream on it, and it's official. Yeah. Like it kind of give it that fresh out of the oven feel. Pumpkin pie is official.
I can't do pumpkin pie. I don't really care
You
for it too much. And
know,
pecan pie. I know that's like huge black traditions. The pumpkin pie and pecan pie, but I can't do those.
key lime pie. I'm hesitant off of key lime pie. Some you might
Really?
catch me at the right time for key lime pie,
Mm-hmm.
but at majority of the time, I'm gonna say no thanks.
Yeah.
Cheesecake, you got me anytime,
Anytime.
right? It
Anytime.
yeah, I'm
Bro.
not gonna say no, even if I don't want it right then and there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take it with me and go
Yeah.
home with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I, I
man.
I can just get done doing a bike ride, and I'm still gonna take some cheesecake, bro. At any given time,
Yeah,
I don't do sweet. I do chips. I do chips. Um, chips is another one that's tough for me to kind of break. So I have
chips.
stints. Yeah, I have stints where I like eat a lot of chips and then I don't. I
But
eat a lot of chips and I don't.
you eating flaming Cheetos or something?
Not flaming Cheetos. I ain't that hood.
What is it? What
I like
is it?
I like original Lay's. I do those. Fritos. I like
Okay,
those.
yeah, those official.
I like
Yeah, barbecue Fritos.
the barbecue. Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
I think Ruffles has it where it's like cheddar or like cheese or something like that. I
sour
like
cream.
those.
The
Yeah,
sour cream ruffles. I
yeah,
like
I do
those.
those. Um, and I don't do too much candy. Every now and then I get a sweet tooth for candy, and I don't do ice cream.
Mm,
So I have a weird sweets palate. However, when it comes to cheesecake, and I don't do birthday cake. I
mm.
don't do any other types of cake, but cheesecake though, bro,
I
I
could
wish I
do
could
ice
time
cream
it.
though. I had put my kids on root beer floats for the first time, man, and they went bananas. They were loving
Yeah.
it. For real. Yeah, we were walking through Publix
Mm-hmm.
and I got to asking them, something just popped. I was like, you guys ever tried a root beer float? They're like, no, we never tried. So mind you, I got three toddlers. So
Mm-hmm.
not toddlers. They're young kid, young men and women. I call them because you can already see them developing at that young age
Right.
into the type of adults that they're going to be, and I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mentioned root beer float because something crossed my mind. I don't know if it was like the thought of drive-in movie theaters. You remember drive-in movie theaters, and I remember going to. I'm telling you my age right now. Drive-in movie theaters, and it brought me to think about what we used to have, and we used to have root beer floats in the drive-in
Mm-hmm.
movie theaters. And I was like, "You guys ever had root beer?" And my mom used to make root beer floats for us every now and then too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it got me thinking of that. And they're like, "No, we didn't." And so I made sure to get them some root beer floats. I made sure to get that IBC non high
Yep.
fructose corn syrup root beer
Yep.
though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I try to stay away from that as much as possible because they're in everything, right?
Everything, bro.
And man, they loved it. I love it. I still like a good root beer float. So I don't I
I
don't
think
I
I'll
don't
do
think
that.
you are a human being if you don't experience the root beer float. You should try it, man. You should try it. It's simple, it's easy, but
Have y'all
I like
have y'all
it.
done? Did you get them on the So my children. Whenever I hear the ice cream truck come around, I make sure
Hmm.
to try to if I'm out there and can do it, I make sure to get them on the ice cream truck. I want to say like,
Yeah.
man, I think there was like 5 and 6 when like maybe 6 and 7 when they first did the ice cream truck because we don't see them a lot. You know what I'm saying? Man,
Yeah.
it'll go maybe a whole year go by before we hear another ice cream truck. I want to say this year 25 we've heard one ice cream truck come through the neighborhood, just one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
have they had that experience yet?
That's telling me that there's a demand for some ice cream trucks out there, right? Like that's a good business idea
You
right
could
there.
probably
Is
clean
just
up over
to
here now that you say that.
flood flood the market with ice cream trucks.
Yeah,
You know.
you probably could
Uh,
clean up over here with that.
oh yeah.
Now that
Oh
we're
yeah.
saying it.
Anywhere, especially in Florida during the spring or summertime,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're gonna definitely. see some major profits if you jumped into the ice cream truck business.
Yeah.
um, it's like the landscaping business out here. During the summer, springtime, that's when the
Hmm.
landscaping business booms out here in Florida. And uh, yeah, why? Of course, you go through any type of suburb or neighborhood, where there's a dense population of homes, and you
Hmm.
ring that jingle in your truck, you're gonna have kids running out to you, man. It's just yeah, it's just human nature, man. It's just like what we're drawn to, right
Yeah.
there is ice cream truck. Uh-uh. So
Um, we we're on YouTube now. We're moving to YouTube. I put out some posts about it because we're over here. Facebook, it deletes your lives. I want to say after like 30 days, I think it does. So I'll get alerts saying that they're deleting our lives, and they delete them. That's why even though we were posting on
okay,
Facebook, I was cross posting to YouTube so that way we have a database in the library of it. Um, so now we're on YouTube. So if you guys are sitting in, tuning in now, we're moved to YouTube. We will still post on Facebook. However, if you want to catch the show live, it's gonna have to be here. Replays will be on Spotify as always. So we're still going to continue to post our replays there, and we're counting down to episode 50, and we got some amazing things coming up in line for episode 50. And tax
five
season is
zero.
around the
Wow,
corner. Tax season with tax season
outstanding.
being around the corner. Yeah, that's crazy. We got to give it up for that, Paul. We got to give it for that.
Oh
Episode
man,
50.
yeah.
Tax season being around the corner. I've been making posts about it, making sure everybody hits you up. So this is strictly Paul didn't prep for this, guys, but in line for tax season coming up. Paul, what would you say if what people need to make sure they have in line if they plan on filing taxes, whether they're a W-2 employee or if they are an entrepreneur and they're going to have to take care of their taxes? What can you say to make sure they have in line to make the process a little bit more smoother, without any hiccups, and not getting in trouble too, because the IRS big brother don't play.
Right, most definitely. I would say to make sure you're fully transparent of what's going on. If they're a W 2 employee, a lot of things that I see what happens with the W 2 employees um, are those type of W-2 employees that transition from multiple jobs or have multiple jobs, right? They might work
Mm-hmm.
at three different jobs, two different jobs, or they are something like a travel nurse and they work, 3 months out of the year. This job is W-2, 3 months out of the year at another job at a W-2. So they might have 3 to 6 different W-2s
Wow.
for that year. So make sure you have all your W-2s in hand, especially if you're doing it from different states, because um, you're gonna miss out on the benefits of being able to get a refund from that state if you were paying state taxes if you were in that state. So a lot of times I do see people not reporting all of their W-2s when they're W-2 employees,
Mm-hmm.
because they do transition from different jobs. If you've been at only one job for the whole year, that doesn't really apply to you. But this applies to those who transition from multiple jobs, get all of those W-2s. If you transition from different states and had to work in different states, it's going to benefit you because you might be getting refunds from those states. For those who are business owners, make sure you're fully transparent on all your expenses because those expenses are going to help you reduce your tax liability significantly. Okay. So, uh, have some type of way to record all of your expenses, whether it's a ledger that you have manually or a spreadsheet, or get in contact with me and I can help you consolidate all of your expenses so that when it comes down for tax purposes, we have all the numbers that we need to help you file your taxes correctly. and help reduce your tax liability. So those are the two major things from those sectors. Is from the W-2, make sure you have all of your your W-2s, and for your businesses, make sure you have all your expenses. And for those who are self-employed, um, or independent contractors, you kind of fall in line with the W 2s as well. I see a lot of uh, independent contractors who don't have all of their 1099s from all of the different jobs that they worked and were issued 1099s for. So keep in mind, you might not think that it's necessary for you to report that income from that 1099, but the person who paid you or the company who paid you is reporting that income to the IRS. So it behooves you to report everything that you're making and to keep track of those 1099s. Ask those companies or that person who hired you whether or not they're going to be issuing a 1099, so you can have all that in order. So those are
Yeah.
kind of the major things that I have seen throughout the year that comes up with those who have that W-2 situation. Those who run their businesses, make sure they have their expenses in order, and those independent contractors, make sure you have all those 1099s, because
Yeah.
it might quite it's going to be reported to the IRS.
Yeah, and you don't want nothing messing up. It's it's bad enough for a lot going on, and sometimes the IRS can be slow. You don't want nothing to hang up, especially if you can avoid it. Um,
Correct.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got I I told you before we offline we were offline. I told you I had some videos. I wanted to make this a reaction show anyways.
Okay.
Uh because I just has a we haven't been on for a while, and so I'm just sending myself videos for
Right.
us to react to. So I have a lot. Like I have a lot of videos that we can react to. If we wanted to do just like a reaction show, we literally could because I have that many videos. But
It's the 40th episode, Daniel, man. We might as
yes.
well make the 40th episode a reaction video episode. Why not?
A
It's the
reaction
40th
episode.
episode, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
make it. Yeah, man. Let's make it tight. Let's make it happen, man.
We definitely can. I got some stuff that can make that could make some people mad too, because you know my political stuff. But so let's see this. Let's see
I don't know
this.
if you ever saw the study which linked.
Now he Tate. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been listening to a lot more Andrew Tate, and not his long form
Have
stuff.
you?
Yeah, it's accidentally
Okay.
on purpose because we've been doing these reaction videos because I've been seeing his snippets in my doom scrolling. We've been talking about him, so the algorithm know. So it just keeps
Yeah,
funneling
the
Andrew
algorithm
Tate
has it pinned
to me.
down to you.
Yeah, yeah. So now
Mhm.
I just get a bunch of Andrew Tate content sent to me or on my algorithm now. So I've been watching more of what he has to say. Um, I see why people call him a toxic content creator, like he's a toxic masculinity content creator. I see why they say that. However, I don't see that.
Mhm.
I don't see it. I don't see his brand of man. I don't see that as toxic. I don't see how they see that. Um,
There- there- there's no
he's just
such thing as
extremely
toxic
straightforward.
masculinity. If
Yeah,
is
facts.
there any such thing as toxic femininity? It does. So I'm how why is there
It's not coined.
masculinity is a good thing for for the world, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it either, man. What I do see is someone who is being um, you know uh, frowned upon because of his values that would be accepted like 50 years ago,
That's
right?
true.
But
That is true.
when you think about it, 50 years ago, everything that he's saying, everybody would have been a okay with what he's saying, and they would have been agreed. They would have agreed to him. So um, they looked for ways to uh, demonetize him. Besides, YouTube, just taking his money, having him go through court for frivolous charges that they had no evidence on, just like they do with a lot of people that they want to bring down because he spoke against the agenda that they're trying to narrate. So
that is true.
Yeah.
I like this one here. And so let's just check it out. Let's check it out.
I don't know if you ever saw the study which linked people's testosterone level to their ability and capability to disagree with something. The higher your testosterone level, the more likely you are to disagree with a point. And the reason for that is, especially in older times, if you're going to disagree with something, you had to fight over it. If you don't have the propensity or the capability to defend your idea, then why would you go against the ideas of the people who are stronger than you? So reducing testosterone levels make men more compliant and more complacent.
That's it. It's like 22 seconds. I thought I would when I heard that, I was just like, oh snaps. And like, I mean, it.
I never seen it from that point of view.
Yeah, I never seen it from that point of view. However, it makes a lot of sense as to even when people just think about it in your own life, like the men that you have had disagreements with, the way it played out, just the men that in your life, maybe you've seen somewhere out or at a job or wherever you go, and the ones who are more agreeable, the ones who are speaking out. And I'm just like, bro, that makes so much sense, man. And we're not even talking about like being in a combative state, where we gotta, go to blows, anything like that. But it's just disagreeing with the point, disagreeing with the outlook, disagreeing with an opinion,
Yeah, and you could fact check me, man, but I think there's studies that's been put out there that's shown that our testosterone levels have decreased over the last several, if you look at how men's testosterone level were 100 to 50 years ago, our testosterone levels have decreased significantly compared to how it was back then. How do they do it? I don't know. I don't know the specifics of it, but he is, making a strong point. And if our testosterone levels have been going down, it might be for a reason. It might be designed that way. And if it is designed that way, then he might be hitting it right there on the money, is because they want men to be more complacent. I mean, that makes sense because especially within the oh yeah, especially within the system and the government or country as America, where it's known that you can't just come in and defeat us from the outside. You're gonna have to defeat us from the inside. And if any type of foreign, invaders want to play the long game, then they can play that long game and just find ways to reduce that testosterone level within men and be able to take over from there. I'm just speculating. No, you know me. I just don't know. I just wear that tinfoil hat from time to time. Don't listen to what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I do know that men as a whole in this country, I'll say in this country. I can't say around the world. I'll say in this country, men in this country as a whole have become more docile, just as a whole, to where you see someone even like Andrew Tate, and a lot of men have something to say about him. Like, what happened to just saying, hey, I disagree with a person, but hey man, pop off, whatever happened to something like that? Like, do your thing, whatever. I don't agree with it, but hey, keep going. It's making you money. It's putting you out there. Like, you're successful at doing that. I don't agree with it, but remain successful. It's to a point, and I do blame a lot of. I say blame, but I do put a lot on social media, and even anyone being able to have a platform like we have one, anyone being able to have one. Any and everybody can just get on here and just say something now, and you have an audience. No matter how big or how small,
right?
You have an audience. We all have audiences who, that can hear our viewpoints and kind of like validate what it is that we're saying. But I don't think that I don't think that this path that just men are on leads anywhere good. I don't see that. You know, I don't see it at all, man.
It's
And
different times, man, and
yeah.
it's on purpose. You know, there are some theories that have been put out there that a lot of the wars that have been created around the world was to eliminate those with those after that high testosterone. You know, the all of the brutal wars that caused, and no disrespect to any um, body who lost any loved one in wars, but it's just theories, just putting it out there
Mhm.
that because those guys that were put on that front line and had to see the combat, these are exceptional beings who have been trained in that art of war, who know how to manage that high testosterone level. So they get the best of the best. They put them out there and, in a way, are able to wipe them out of society, right?
Mhm.
So that what's left over are those that are able to be uh, controlled a lot more easier
Mhm.
because those who have high testosterone have that option to say no, right?
Mhm.
Because they know that, hey, for what I stand, I will fight for what I stand for.
Yeah.
Um, and those with low testosterone are just a lot more agreeable and just go along with, you know,
But what's
they'll
happening?
just go along with it.
Nah,
Yeah.
man. I
I don't know if you ever saw the study
I'm all
which
down.
linked people.
Um, I'm all down to get behind, you know, uh, somebody great, a great leader doing something. I'm all down for that.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm not gonna lie. I have and I still do struggle with following a lot of times. Like I really do. It has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I
Struggle
would
with
say a lot of
what?
times with following, right? With
Oh,
following. I do at times. It has to make sense. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't and I'm not willing to. I am. I've been attached to different entities, institutions, you know, groups, and just the leadership in them, man. Uh, I couldn't say anything, and and I'll listen to them. I do what they ask me to do, and whatever you hire me to do or whatever you bring me on to do, you're hiring me and bringing me on for my expertise. If that's not the case, and if you want a different type of person, then go find a different type of person to do that. I'll do it. Transparent. I'll say it, but I don't want to. People are going to be able to like find out who I'm talking about, and I don't want to do that. But I was doing media.
okay.
I was working for this company, and and you know I'm like, hey, you hired me on to do a job. This is the way it works. I'm just not a camera
Tyler
operator
Perry.
or a camera guy, right? I wish I was, but I'm like, I'm not a camera guy or a camera operator. If you want a camera operator or a cameraman, I'm not the guy for that. I'm a creative director. This is what I do. And if you're hiring me under the guise of creative director, that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do my job. However, I will give you
Yeah.
what you ask me every single time. If you don't want to hear my input, my thing, I won't give it. I'll just give you what you ask for every single time. So, and things kept changing. I couldn't have a voice. I didn't have a say in what was happening. But then I would get blamed for stuff not working right, not going right. And I'm like, well, okay, blame me because it is my job. However, when I'm trying to advise you on ways for us not to get here, you're not taking my
Right.
advice. So what the heck are we doing here? So things like that. And
Yeah.
it's just like, competency, man. That's what I look for. And you just gotta be on your game, but
One of the indicators.
uh yeah, man. And I think that, you know, I think we talked about it before on the show, Pete Hegseth being the head of the Secretary of War, I think it is. Yeah, because it's not Secretary of Defense anymore. It's Secretary of War. It's Secretary of War. And Pete Heck said like he's like the macho man. He has the tattoos. You know what I'm saying? He looks like the bravado man. And so they were talking about how like enlistments are like up across the board. You know, to where now there's waiting lists to enlist in the military, in all branches of the military. There's a waiting list. Now I haven't fact checked. I don't know how true that is.
Okay.
But if you're a guy, right? Let's just look at it. And the reason why Tate is as huge as he is, and those type of men and those type of creators. If you're a man, no matter what you look like, right? You see this guy who's in shape, makes money, looks like he's taking care of himself. He's making money. He has all these things, women, status to his name and things of that nature. No matter what he has to say, just based off of that image alone, you're going to get men to follow behind you. You know what I'm saying? Before you even say anything, just based off of your life accomplishments, because that's what speaks to from a man's perspective. We're not talking about what a woman can draw into a man, but from a man looking at another man, his accomplishments and what he has around him, that's what's going to get a man's attention and make him say, okay, he's a man worth listening to. You know? That's just how guys look at it, you know?
Yeah. Results. Yeah.
Results, yeah.
Keep in mind he was like a kickboxer champion too,
That's
right?
true.
So
He got
right?
hands.
That kind of
That
kind of
is
says a
true.
lot.
Yeah.
He's willing to stand in the ring, right?
This is the guy I was telling you about a while back. Check this out.
One of the indicators that you start to know who you are, and it generally happens the second half of life, is you get clearer about what you're about and what you aren't about. Saying no gets a lot easier. I can always tell where somebody is in their journey, and you know what somebody values by the decisions they consistently make, and you can tell what their goals are based on what they say no to, right? Are you about your business? I would know that without you having to tell me because of the decisions you make. The clearer we are about what we want, the easier it is to say no.
I like this one. And the reason I like this one is because I personally dealt with that, you know, in the sense of I did a post and I was just like you know, me when I found my lane, it was just like a picture of me like speeding around a racetrack, right? Like a car. And it was like me when I found my lane. And this is personal to me because when I got serious about what I wanted to do and who I wanted to become, saying no to like so much of everything, bro, just got a whole lot easier, right? And I equate that to age too. Some
Yeah.
people may get it earlier. However, for me, it was definitely like in my
Yeah,
30s.
I agree with that. I agree.
Definitely in my 30s, bro. When I
In
was
your
just
what?
like saying in my 30s,
Your 30s.
me in my 30s, like definitely like saying no to.
Mhm.
I started saying no like at 25. I want to say when I started like slowing down from a lot of like my like reckless living choices. I started slowing down at 25, 26, 27. I started. I wasn't fully into it, but however, I started saying no to people, no to things. I'm not going out here. I'm not going there. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not smoking anymore. Like just started like doing those things
Right.
here and there. But in my 30s, bro, especially now, I'm 40 now, bro. Listen, if it ain't about what I want to do or where I want to go, you know, I'm not doing it, dog. I'm not doing it.
Right. Yeah, that's when you know you've reached a level of comfort. And what he's talking about though too is in that business level where you are comfortable, money's coming in, assets coming in, so you get to really dictate what kind of clients that you want and who you want to deal with, what type of cases that you want to jump on. Is it going to be fun or not? I've dealt with that for the longest, different aspects in the different businesses that I've started and brought up. You know, in certain levels, you just don't want you just shouldn't be doing that anymore. Someone else should be doing, you know, that entry level job, right, or position. And as you're doing other things to scale the business. So but it comes to that point where, yeah, you get to that point where money's okay, right? You have money in the bank. You're not on that. How can I say? Uh, path to where you need to make money. Some people can just sit and for a couple of months not do anything, and be okay with their bills being paid. That's where you're gonna have that ability to say no to jobs that you don't want, because hey, I'm good regardless, right? So that's what he's talking about, and it's because your value as well, right? If people don't want to go about it on my terms, then I know if you do go about it on my terms, you're gonna get the best result, right?
Yeah.
I'm the expert in this matter. That's why I get to sit, and not have to work for 3-4 months if I don't want to. I'm the expert at this matter. I made enough money. The results have shown for itself, right? That's why you're coming to me in the first place, right? So if you're not willing to do this on my terms, then hey, go somewhere else, right? I'm gonna say no. that's that's where I got from that. What and took from what he's saying, because I can relate.
That's
Yeah.
and that is probably where he was going with the two, based off of knowing him and his type of content. But sidebar, bro. I did want to let you know this. Okay, it's about LeBron. Let me just say it is about LeBron.
Oh
But
boy,
however,
your goat.
he is now joining a elite group of individuals who have had their jerseys retired by 3 different teams: Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq, him. I think there's another one. I want to say, is it Stockton? I don't know if it's John Stockton, but whatever. It's like him and like 5 other players, and they're all greats. Like it's not like just random players. Like no, like they're all heavy names, bro. So I just want to let you know that
LeBron is a great. He's a great. LeBron is a great. He's just not the GOAT. He's a GOAT, but he's not the GOAT. I'm not taking away from his accomplishments. He's played all these years. But come on, man. You're not gonna call a guy who's a flopping king the GOAT. Come on. That's not how we do things.
He shouldn't even have
Let's not
that
do
name.
that.
He shouldn't even have the Flop King name. Somebody gave him that. And
come on, bro.
He shouldn't even have
You don't
that.
see what he does all the time, man. You see how big that guy is, and then he's gonna start flopping like that, but nobody touches him. That's why he wouldn't be able to handle the Jordan's era.
See,
he's too weak.
I don't see him doing anything.
But
different.
again, not to take away from his accomplishments. That's just me distinguishing a killer instinct. These guys, Kobe, Jordan, they didn't even want to skip a game. They didn't want to sit out, man. They're on broken ankles, sciatica, needing the backiotomy, all of that stuff, and they still playing, right? they just going at it. Broken fingers,
And they shouldn't have been doing that. That's not a great idea. That's not
LeBron
not a great
gains
health
5
decision.
pounds and he says, LeBron gains 5 pounds and says, I can't play. I just can't play.
And that was also back in the time. That was also back in a time. Where work harder and not smarter was a thing. They should never have been doing that. And that's why a lot of those guys can barely walk. They can't stand. That's why Dion got to have all these type of surgeries. He's missing toes, and now they got to take they have to take his foot. They may have to take Dion's foot now, or he probably already had it taken. But like
Dion, man, that's prime time,
bro.
Man, that's another guy who was a GOAT right there. Dion, he played baseball and football.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that was a GOAT right there.
So
that's the GOAT. How come LeBron hasn't switched to any other sports and try to dominate in any other sport?
Based off what I said,
like Bo Jackson, like Michael Jordan.
That was
none of that. Yeah.
And that was back in the time where work harder and not smarter was a thing. Those guys should have never done that. You killing yourself for these things, and they're not thinking about.
They loved it, man. That's
you
not
can love
themselves.
it.
It was just love.
Bro, Deion is getting his body chopped off right now, bro. He can't even walk for a long time or stand for long periods of times, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't think, granted, he's one of the stories that he's just one that we hear about because he's in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even
no, I agree with you.
Even Shay.
I agree with you.
Shannon Sharp, his surgeries, you know what I'm saying? So like, man, I think
it's good to see Shannon Sharp back at it, selling erectile dysfunction pills and stuff, man. It's good to see him back in the algorithm.
It's good.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Welcome back, Shannon.
You must have saw him in the algorithm. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, man. I seen him on some Rose Sparks or something like that, man. Okay. He's been doing it. He's back at it. Yeah, he's back at it. I think at first it was Blue Chew, and then he got hit with those lawsuits, and now he's back at it, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
Hey, man, I'll take
for jumping back at it. We can't hold you down, bro.
I'll take that Rose Sparks or Blue Chew sponsor. I'll take any one of them sponsors. Would you do it?
For real. Yeah, man. Rougiette, all that.
You would be
yeah, man. I definitely sponsor. Yeah. I think that's like the thing that people are doing nowadays. Look, I just talked to someone who said that he can't have sex anymore without having to take those things.
Really? Like anymore?
Yeah, like he can't. He's got to pop one of those Blue Chews. 35.
That young,
35. They're doing it young. Who do you think of all these guys that have OnlyFans, right? All these guys who have OnlyFans, they're not old heads and like me and you, and these are guys who can't get girls, all that stuff, and they're on OnlyFans, and they're still popping Blue Chews and stuff too. You get what I'm saying? While they're doing it for maximum experience.
That probably what messed them up. You're not supposed to do that every time,
bro.
That's just like,
and doing it that young.
You need it. Yeah, and I get it unless you need it, because I've done them before. But it's just been because for fun. Yeah. It wasn't because I needed them. And I didn't use them all the time, even for fun. Like I didn't use them all the time because you don't want your body to become dependent on that.
Right.
You don't want that.
That's the whole point.
All the time, bro. They're just supposed, but unless you need
that's
them,
what it is.
But you can mess yourself up.
No, it's just because they're doing it all the time because of the enjoyment of it. You get what I'm saying? And they're like, man, this is dope. Let me keep doing it. And then they just keep doing it to the point where it's like, yeah, you're going to need to keep doing this in order to keep doing what you want to do, bro. So,
and now they've created a forever client.
Yep.
They've created a forever client. And so, like, you got people that actually do need them, and I understand that. However, I don't think that there's a lot of people out there that actually do need them. I think they mess themselves up, nah, bro.
I think that's the intention of it originally was for people who really needed it, and then it just got out of hand and marketable to the public. Mm-hmm. And they seen the dollar signs.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's more people that will use them for recreation than people that actually do need them.
You need it for real.
But nah, yeah, they are fun. They are fun though. But yeah, I take that sponsorship, Rose Sparks or Blue Chew.
Men will lower their standard.
This right here, bro. This right here is an interesting one. When I heard it, and I got something to say. about it. I want to hear what you got to say about it. All right, let's go.
Men will lower their standards for a one-night stand. It's a one-night stand. Yeah. So who cares? Yeah. What do you mean she's got one eye and a patch?
Who cares?
She's got 3 teeth. There's one night. Yeah. So she seems nice.
Whatever.
She's like, whatever. We've had a few drinks. She seemed great.
You stuff a trash bag. Who cares?
Women raise their standards
for the one-night stand.
A one-night stand, you've got to be Brad Pitt for a one-night stand.
Interesting.
It's weird. We go in opposite directions. Yeah. So it's like, why is it impressive that a guy sleeps with a girl on a Saturday night And it's not impressive that a girl sleeps with a guy on a Saturday night because it's impressive.
Right.
The guy had a one night stand. That's a big deal.
Right.
That's a big deal. She raised her standards and he met that standard. That's
impressive.
That's congratulations.
Good
sir.
job.
Well done.
We're
It's
gonna-
like we're on the
Yeah.
We're going to take a moment and celebrate every man that's had a one night stand here. You're special.
I can hang out with that guy.
I
I can definitely hang out with that too.
in the booth. They're sitting there thinking, I wonder what it's like to touch a boob. That's what they're thinking.
Tom Cior, I think that's his name. He's a comedian. This guy, I'm gonna send you some of his stand up.
Okay.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
All right. Yeah, definitely. For real, please.
He's hilarious.
I think I've seen a couple of them.
Probably.
He does something to where like the crowd asks him a question or something,
Yes.
and then he responds to it, right?
And they can
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
it,
I've
they
seen
text
it. I've
in
seen
or
it.
whatever.
I can
And they can ask him anything. Bro.
Yeah.
He's a GOAT, bro. He's a GOAT. This is what I was gonna say about that. Women raising their standards for a one night stand. And I understand that. Is that why a lot of women online and today, like we see this new woman, we see this new frame of thinking? Is that why they believe that because they can get men to spend a night with them, that they equate that to I can get a man whenever I'm ready for a relationship? Because for us guys,
Yes.
those are two totally
Yes.
different things, bro. We don't rate like
Not
that's why
only a
women
man
over there-
that they when they're ready, but that high value type of man that
they got to just do
one that
one-night
they gave
stands.
that one night stand to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That he was just like, look, I just want this for one night. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, I got this guy for one night, so I can get this guy to marry me. That's this type of guy to marry me. Yeah, that's the delusion.
And
that's not the case.
no, and is that the reason why we see a lot of what we see from women when it comes to them understanding men? Because they're like, oh, you guys, the BBLs and all that stuff, well, you guys like it. It's only for a one night stand though. Like the men have two different scales. Like what they will lay with and do a one night stand with. is
No,
who they're going to
women
hook
don't
up
do the
with.
BBLs for the men.
No, but I'm saying
Women don't do the BBLs for the men. They do it to compete with other women.
facts, but
And men just like women.
yeah, but
Men just like women.
women will say that the woman doing OnlyFans, it's like, well, you guys are giving them attention and you guys like it, but you want to talk about women not being natural. And for guys, it's like, well, that's just for that. We're not talking about who we're gonna couple up and
Yeah,
marry with.
just
Like
yeah.
men are operating with two different
Exactly.
levels of scales, and it's like women are just operating with just one. So it's like who a man will sleep with and do something like that with, that's not who they're looking at for a life partner or to build something.
Correct.
Those are
I
two
agree.
different different scales. Two different. That's why men will lower their standards for a one night stand. You know, because that's the way we look at that. So is it that men and women look at
exactly right?
When men and women look at the physical, you know, two different ways with two different lenses. For men, it's just like whatever, you know. That's what I think about when I hear him say that, and I'm like, man, that does make a lot of sense why women think that, because they can get a lot of
It
suitors
depends.
they can get in a relationship.
So it depends on the type of man, right? Not every man falls in that category. Not every man's gonna just whatever, smash whatever. In my opinion, right? Especially a man who has options, they're not gonna really do that. Because a man who has options can get the type of woman that he wants, and if she's just has an eye patch and she's trying to get laid and stuff, and yeah, that's not gonna happen, right? But there are men who that's the only option that they have. Yeah, they're gonna go for it. And that's what he's talking about, like the guy that just and there's a lot of men that fall into that category that are just smash whatever because they're gonna just get whatever comes, whatever the type of options that come to their grasp, right? Whatever they can get, basically. And if it's available to them, they're gonna get it. So, but that's not every. So not every man thinks like that. A lot of guys who have passed that level, right? They're just more picky and would rather just be by themselves, than get something that doesn't appease to them,
Yeah.
So it's not all
But
guys.
at the same time, too, I think that man's version of lowering his standard is different from the guy with the woman with the eye patch. His version of lowering his standard is going to look a little different, right?
What you mean?
The guy who has the options and who has that lifestyle, a flight attendant may be his version of lowering his standards versus, or a hotel attendant, you know what I'm saying? Maybe his version of lowering his standards. And then the guy who has the 9 to 5 where he works at, Foot Locker, his version of lowering his standards is gonna look a lot different. You see what I'm saying?
No, man, I don't agree with that because guys don't care where a woman works. I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think he was talking about beauty, the way she looks.
What I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't care about as a flight attendant or anything like that. It doesn't matter where she works.
She's gonna look beautiful, right? She's gonna have a look about her. However,
right,
he wouldn't wife something like that. We're talking about looks. We're talking about beauty. We're talking about beauty, right? Because if you look at all the women that these celebrity men bring around when they're ready to take pictures, that's not who's in the hotel room with them on a regular. You know what I'm saying? When they step out, that's just, and when they go to the club and they're VIP and bottle girls,
that's a tricky question. So a man with options, you will play with, the beauty, like the one night stand, whatever. But for the long term, I would sacrifice beauty for someone who has a lot more substance to her. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to. She doesn't have to be that. She could just be the average girl looking, average looking girl, but she's gonna do more for you than that, supermodel, right? Why would I want? And if he had the options, he's been with the supermodels and know that, hey, I'm not going to be wasting my time with these type of girls. I'd rather this girl who could do a lot more for me right here. You get what I'm saying? So ask Tom Brady. Ask Tom Brady.
Yeah. I didn't know he was up for a divorce.
Men
either, bro.
will lower their standards for.
I didn't know he was up for a divorce like that. I didn't see that one coming at all, bro.
That's what I think he meant was like in terms of beauty. We would lower our standards for for that. But women, they got these inflated. He needs to be 6 feet tall, 10 feet, and all this and all
that. I could get that type of man. You can get him to sleep with you, but you can't get him to date you.
Because I hate cooking.
Dude, this is crazy. This is the last one. And then we have
2 jobs. Wow.
This is crazy. This one is crazy, bro.
Because I hate cooking.
I don't give a he probably hates working his extra job.
Yeah, but I hate cooking. So.
I don't give a he probably hates working his extra job. Can we say something that wasn't just copy and pasted?
I can try, but I don't know if I could actually do it.
What the fuck are you doing here, dude? What was this a desperate attempt at marriage? Like, what are we trying to do?
No.
She's okay with spending more money. I'm sorry, I'm being rude, but I don't give a she's okay with spending more money, you're not. You're willing to sacrifice by going and working your ass off. She's not willing to literally cook a meal. What are we doing? How do you guys vibe and last together?
That's really short. This guy makes that type of content. I'm probably gonna bring more of his content on the show. I'm not gonna lie, because I think you will have a lot of insight. He does financial for couples and relationships. So he'll take a married couple, they'll open up their accountant to him, they'll open up their budget or lack thereof of a budget to him, and he'll go through give them advice,
Right.
give them all type of like break them down. And I think that you hearing something, you'll probably
That's
have
awesome.
some great nuggets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So this here, she
Oh
doesn't.
no,
like,
that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Seriously.
What, this right here?
Yeah, no, just like when you're doing couples books,
Yeah.
and you get to analyze like how the relationship goes based off of the numbers. It's a real thing.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, he has 2 jobs, and she says, I don't like cooking.
Mm.
And I find it interesting that she said that. Not that I don't know how to cook. It was, I don't like cooking. And it's like,
She don't like cooking.
He's working an extra job. What do we, and he was being harsh. I've never seen him go this harsh before. Like he's never, this is the most aggressive I've seen him go. But I mean,
yeah.
But then again, you can look at this guy.
My opinion on this.
Look at
he should mind his business. You know, if she if she's milking him and
look
he's happy, why are you interfering? He's wearing a bowling ball shirt. You know, like like he's in a bowling league or something. He looks like he's about to go play bowling right after. Like so I think he's happy knowing that every 2 weeks or so he gets to have sex. So he's gonna be working 2 jobs. She don't need to work. Why not? Some people are happy with that. Like let it be if that's the case. And she don't have to cook.
They're on his show.
She don't have to do a lot of things.
But they're on his show.
She don't have to do a lot of things. No, I get it. I'm just messing. I know he's doing that, and analyzing them. But
yeah,
at the same time, he's got to be realistic about it. Like what? Come on now. He's not gonna
say nothing. He's not gonna say nothing to her. Nah, you got a point. But that's problem.
Bowling ball shirt should be happy that he's got a girl. That's fairly decent. She don't look bad at all, and everything. Yeah. It's like she's got her natural hair going, natural things going, and he's working 2 jobs and providing for her. Do the thing. She don't want to cook. You can afford it and whatever.
You got a point. These people be going on his show. I'm talking about 300, 400,000 in debt. They'll be on his show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real.
They making 200. The husband's making $250,000, and they're like in debt. It's crazy. Some crazy stories I done seen on his show. Some crazy stories. I'm gonna bring him onto the show. I'm gonna find some more snippets of his stuff and bring him to you and see what you have to say about it. But nah, you hearing you say that, you got a point. And then again, I don't know, Paul. I don't know. You got a point. Then again, I don't know.
Yeah, just think about it. A lot of guys are not sexually active. Like look at OnlyFans, look at the Rose Sparks things and all that stuff. Beyond popular opinion, majority of men aren't getting play. That's not the truth. It's a few men that are getting all the play. Not everybody's being. Yeah, there's a few men that's getting all the play. Well, think about it. Think about a majority of the guys who have multiple baby mamas, right? Like they're that means the same girls are smashing, or like not the same girls, but that means that there's a lot of women that smashing the same guy. Put it that way, okay? So, and then there's guys that are not having any kids. There's a lot of that going on. That there's not that many people reproducing, and he looks like that type of guy that's not that hasn't been reproducing, right? And he gets to get one that he might be able to reproduce. So what I'm saying, let him do his thing. He's working 2 jobs for it to provide for it, man. Can he be? And he's happy. I didn't see him looking sad at all, bro. Look at that video.
He not happy,
Did you not
bro.
see him? He didn't have one sad face, bro. He didn't even say anything. He was just looking at her. Like, come on, man. I've seen sad people. He did not look sad. He didn't look
not happy,
sad
bro.
to be working those
He
2
not
jobs.
happy, bro. Hey, babe. Oksana
Really?
says, hi, gentlemen. Hey, babe. Nah, he's not happy.
Hey,
bro.
what's going on, Oksana?
He not happy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he does not get the chance to play in that bowling league. He does not get the chance to play on that computer game. He does not get to play Magic the Gathering with his homies anymore, bro, because he has this woman. You know, so he's not doing what he wants to do, you know, for fun. And that leads me to say that, bro, he's not happy.
Nah, man.
Oh, we just looked at this.
He's turning into a grown man. He don't want to hang out and play Star Trek anymore. He get to come home to something soft and comfortable. He's gonna pay for it. And he's willing to pay for it, man. He don't want to play and trade Pokemon cards anymore and go bowling anymore. He want to come home and he's that man happy. Let him do his thing. There's some guys that are just like that. You know, not everybody's the same. Not everybody has that ambition. Not everybody, you know, wants more. Some guys are just happy and content. And some women want to find that happy and content guy, even though they lust for another guy, but they got that guy right there for security. And she don't even have to cook. You get what I'm saying? So some women like that, right? They good. So hey, let it be. Because here we go. Here's the bottom line, bro. Here's the bottom line, right? A man isn't gonna let a woman do anything he don't want her to do. If she's gonna want to do this or do that, if he's not, you know, okay with it, he can go on and find another woman, right? But if he's gonna let her do, she's only gonna be able to do what he wants her to do. So that, you know, that's what he wants. That's what he wants. He doesn't mind it. He might work in those two jobs. He might be able to afford to be able to have takeout all the time and take her to restaurants. You know,
I gotta see. Now you're making me want to go see their store. I want to see how much debt they have. I want to see what they're
probably a lot, because that's normal though. That's still normal. That's normal, man. A lot of people have debt. That's the American way, man. The country's in debt.
Nah, you're right. I knew this one guy.
That's the American way.
I knew this one guy. Let it be. Paul is funny. Nah, he is funny. Paul, the video is funny. But there's this Asmongold. There's this streamer that I watch. And his thing was, listen, people, he said, take out credit card debt, take out as much as you can, and never pay it back because it's a scam. That's his thing. He's like, never pay. He said, my mom died with over $700,000 in credit card debt. We were on food stamps.
Wow.
We had Taco Bell every day, and that's just how we lived. You know what I'm saying? So that's his thing. And, you know, I hear that it is funny, but I mean, I see because I mean, I can't say if it's a scam or not. I mean, it is, I guess, to a degree.
I wouldn't advise that, though. I'm not going to advise that to people. That doesn't make sense. That's not productive. Debt is good because good debt allows you to become wealthy. Bad debt is what a lot of people suffer from, is bad debt. So it's all about whether you're knowledgeable about how you use debt. Because it is the fastest way to wealth is by using debt correctly.
Other people's money, bro. But man, dude. That's it. That's all I got. Unless you got some stuff to go into, man. I don't have anything else. To show you.
No, sir. It's been another good week. Thanks for the 40th episode with Maestro Daniel Tatterman, glue to hold this podcast together. Like and subscribe. Our first episode on YouTube. Let us know. Comment below. And we'll see you on the 41st.
Yeah, 41st. Man, thank y'all so much for watching.
Make
sure y'all hit up taxmoney123.com for all your tax services, because tax season is around the corner, and we guys want you to maximize your return.
It definitely is.
Yes, and yes, we will be right here on YouTube. We're moving from Facebook. We're going to be right here. So we'll see you guys next week. And remember, head on over to Spotify to catch up on Beyond the Hustle or to hear the replays. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Have a good night.